Hello and thank you for meeting with us today. I understand that you are concerned about the Taylor reading progress, and your concerns are important to us. Today I will explain why the Taylor is being evaluated, what's the process include, and how you will participate, and how the result may lead to the additional educational support. Why is the Taylor being evaluated? Taylor is being considered for the evaluation because the earlier reading screening does not match the Taylor classroom performance. The screening used a brief list of the common words and did not identify a reading difficulty. However, the Taylor is a struggle with the 5th grade reading material and has made a limited progress after the 6 weeks of the support through the MTSS multi-tried system of the support. You have also requested an evaluation. From my experience supporting the student in a general education classrooms, I have learned that a brief screening does not always show the complete picture. A student may recognize the familiar word on the list, but still struggle to decoding unfamiliar word, read fluency, and understand a passage. Therefore, the teams will consider several sources of the information rather than rely on a one score. The first formal step is the MET Meeting 1. MET stands for Multidisciplinary Evaluation Teams. You are an important member because you know the Taylor's history, strength, and needs. Other members may include Taylor's general education teacher, a special education teacher, a school psychologist, and reading specialist, an administrator, and other qualified professionals. During this meeting, the team will review the Taylor's education history, attendance, classroom performance, work sample, previous assessment, teacher observation, and information you provide. The team will determine what additional information is needed for a comprehensive evaluation. The team will carefully review the Taylor's RTI or response to intervention and MTSS data and will examine which reading intervention were provided, how often they occur, and how long each section lasted, and whether the intervention was delivered as intended. We will also review the progress monitoring results. It is not enough to know that the Taylor received support for the 6 weeks. The team must understand that what the instruction was provided, whether it was provided constantly, whether the Taylor made sufficient progress in response to the instruction. Before new individual assessments begin, the school will examine the proposed evaluation and request your informed written consent. You may ask a question before making your decision. Giving consent for evaluation does not automatically place the Taylor in a special education. Consent for the evaluation and consent for the special education service are separate decisions. The evaluation may examine phonological awareness, phonics, decoding, word recognition, reading accuracy, fluency, reading comprehension, listening comprehension, and oral language. The team may also review the spelling, writing expression, classroom performance, vision and hearing, and observation during instruction. If the tailor had received the service or evaluation from the previous school, a state service provider, medical professional, or a speech language clinic, or even another agency, the team may request your written permission to review those records. Uh, this collaboration can provide a more complete picture and prevent unnecessary repeated testing. Under Arizona procedure, the school must respond to a written parent's request within a period that does not exceed 15 school days. After informed written consent is received, the evaluation and eligibility determination are generally complete within 60 calendar days. You will receive a procedural safeguard notice explain your legal rights. And these rights include participating in a meeting, providing information, reviewing educational record, receiving written notice, asking a question, and receiving understandable explanation of the results. You may also request the information in your preferred language or made of the communication when appropriate. If you disagree with a school decision, possible option may include mediation, a state complaint, a due process hearing, or an independent educational evaluation under appropriate circumstances. Taylor's evaluation must be culturally and linguistically appropriated. The Taylor will consider the Taylor primary language, communication needs, cultural background, educational history, and learning opportunities. Assessment must be a valid, appropriated for the intended purpose, and administered by the qualified professionals. An interpreter or bilingual evaluator will be included when needed. The teams must ensure that the language difference, cultural difference, or limited English proficiency, inadequate reading instruction, attendance concern, and environmental factor are not incorrectly identified as a disability. No single test or score will determine eligibility. After the assessments are complete, the team will hold a meeting 2. The evaluators will explain tailored result in a clear, family-friendly language. The team will discuss the tailored strength, educational need, classroom performance, observation, MTSS progress, and assessment result. You will have a time to ask a question, request a clarification, and provide the additional information. You will also receive a copy of the evaluation report and eligibility decision. Eligibility is a team decision. The team will determine whether the tailor meet the criteria of an IDEA disability category, such as a specific learning disability in reading. The team must also determine whether the disability affects the tailor education performance and whether the tailor needs a specifically designed instruction. If the tailor is eligible, the team will develop an IEP, individual education program. It may include present level of the performance, measurable annual goal, specialized reading instruction, accommodation, service, and progress monitoring. If the tailor is not eligible, support will not stop. The school may continue or adjust the MTSS intervention, provide the general education support, and continue monitor progress. Two helpful resources are the Center for the Parents Information and Resources, and the second one, the Arizona Department of the Education Exceptional Student Services. The Center for the Parents Information and Resources provide the family-friendly information about the evaluation, eligibility, IEP, and parents' rights. In addition, the Arizona Department of the Education provide the official information about the state procedures, timeline, and procedural safeguard. We appreciate your partnership because you know Tylor in a way that the school assessments cannot fully capture. Please feel comfortable asking a question throughout the process. Our shared goal is to understand the Tylor strength and needs and ensure that the Tylor receive appropriate support. Thank you so much.